We have no invited guests tonight. Moving on to item number 4, committee and department reports. With us tonight is Mr. Jim Brooks, the Executive Director of the Evermore CID. Also is Chairman Adair of the Evermore CID.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, for giving us this opportunity. Tonight, you all will be fortunate in hearing our chairman speak, and Chris Garner, who is our vice chairman, is present as well, and Chairman Adair will speak to a report on our board.
Thank you all for having me tonight. For you, those of you that don't know me, my name is Chip Adair, and I am the current chairman of the Evermore CID. Just on some items to report to you all, I'd like to inform you today we did have a meeting with Congressman Johnson, who will now be, with the new redistricting, will be taking Congressman Woodall's position here in the area. The main objective of that meeting was kind of a meet and greet. Hey, this is who we are, this is what we're doing, come out and see and visit with us. He had allotted us 1 hour of his time, and we were fortunate enough to be able to keep him for 2.5 hours. During that 2.5 hours, we discussed current projects going on, greenways, pedestrian paths, connection roads, all the things the CID is truly involved in. And then I don't know how we did it, but we convinced him to jump in the car, and we jumped in at West Park Place, came down to Snellville, did the U-turn, and rode through the whole entire corridor. And with that being said, I felt real good with the meeting. He was very receptive to us, and once again, with Woodall leaving, I think we're going to be in good hands with Senator Johnson. Next item is, as some of you may have noticed, the landscaping, the tractors, and all the I call it a mess now there at the bridge at 78 in West Park Place. But here in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see a real improvement up at that area. As you well know, we had done some previous landscaping design work up there. We have now come in, hired a new landscape to put what we call our finishing touches on that. We have removed a lot of the existing landscape, put it where we thought it should be, have hired outside consultants. So hopefully here in the next few weeks, you're going to see a major improvement as people from DeKalb come into Gwinnett and know we're where we should be. We had a meeting, I guess, back in March 20th of, obviously last month, with Gina Evans, who's the executive director with CERTA. Jim Brooks, Amanda Sosby, and myself had gone down to meet with Ms. Evans to discuss our application for the CERTA grant for the Walton Court Old US 78 project, which is really the alignment road. Y'all are familiar with the success and alignments and all that. And the gist of this meeting was to really update her on what our thoughts were, what our plans were, and all that with all of our boards. We were able to tell her the true story of what is happening out here with these road improvements. And at that time, she was well updated, and it kind of light bulb went off. That's what you're trying to do. So without that meeting, it was very, very helpful for all of us to be able to go out and do that with her. The next item will be the Hewitt to Britt update. The CID has received a signed copy of the mitigation plan from Gresham Smith Partners. This plan provides information for Federal Highway about the issues raised throughout all the public hearings that we had for that project. I think we're only supposed to have one, but I think we had 3 or 4 just to really work with those homeowners and let them really, if they're not going to get excited, but really help them see what we hear, what we're going to do, and how much we're going to make this work for all. So I think we have done a good job with working with them. I don't want to say have gone up and beyond, but we were careful to pay respect to their concerns and all of that. Just in general comments, Georgia Trend Magazine had recently recognized Gwinnett County for its traffic control center. It's funny, I'd left West Park Place at 6 o'clock today and got to downtown Snellville at 6:15. So with all the new infrastructures, with the lighting and timing and all that, it was a nice little commute. We're excited for that. And with that being said, Gwinnett County has now discussed moving the light trafficking down from 78 and 124 to the next 3 intersections into Snellville, which obviously they'll have a tremendous impact on traffic and all of that that comes through and the bottleneck. With that being said, my report is finished, and we truly appreciate y'all for having us. If there's anything we can do for you, please let us know.
Thank you, Chairman Adair. Are there any questions for Mr. Adair? Thank you, and thank you for all your group does.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks. Mr. Gardner. We now have a report from